Hi, everyone, and thank you for joining us here today. I'm your host, Leah Masten, for Top Industry Professionals TIP International Radio Podcast, where we are here showcasing prestigious top professionals from all industries all over the globe to share their experience and stories of success. My amazing co-host is here with me, and we're so honored to have her the host of the show. Originally from Namibia, she was crowned Miss Universe in 1992 and just celebrated her birthday. Please welcome McLean.
Hello, Leah. Oh my gosh, yes, I just celebrated my birthday. It was so much fun. But I'm here in Africa at the moment, so I'm enjoying lovely, beautiful sceneries and safaris and all of that. But hi, everybody, and thank you for listening today. Thank you for that introduction, Leah. We have a very exciting guest today, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Well, we want to give a big warm welcome to our very special guest joining us all the way from Maryland, who is a leader and expert in physics. He has dedicated more than 45 years of his life's work as a proficient professor of physics and now professor emeritus since 2007 for the University of Maryland. He was just recently honored as a top 50 fearless leader in IAOTP's publication, selected for the Lifetime Achievement Award, and named Top Educator of the Year in Physics by the International Association of Top Professionals. Professor Emeritus for the Department of Physics for the University of Maryland. Everyone, please welcome Dr. Suh Kim. Dr. Kim, welcome, and thank you for joining us today.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, we're so happy to have you. Now, Dr. Kim, you've dedicated over 4 decades to the physics industry and have really established yourself as an authority in so many aspects of education. Tell us, what got you involved in this industry? Was this always the career path that you wanted to lead?
Not necessarily. I was born and raised at a Korean village called Seoul in 1935. Before Korea was divided into North and South at the end of World War II in 1945. The village is now in the north, and my family moved to Seoul, the capital city of South Korea, in 1946 to avoid the communist rule being set up there. The Seoul village did not have electricity and running water. Thus, I became curious about electrical lamp, electrical motors, and electrical telephones, and all electrical stuff. I was 11 years old when I came to Seoul and became fascinated by those electrical gadgets. Thus, I decided to study electrical engineering. When Korea was one country before 1945, the country's electric power was supplied mostly by 2 huge hydro generating stations in the north. Then Korean War of 1950, Koreans in the south had to suffer greatly from the shortage of electricity. In 1952, I heard the news that Americans were building nuclear power stations. I thought I could solve Korea's electricity problem by building nuclear generating stations. In 1954, right after my high school graduation, I became a freshman at the Carnegie Institute of Technology, now called Carnegie Mellon University in Pittsburgh, to study electrical engineering. In 1955, while I was still a freshman, I heard the news that Einstein died in Princeton. At that time, Einstein's name was associated with nuclear bombs, nuclear energy. I decided to go to Princeton for my graduate study, to study nuclear stuff. But I was told my professors that I had to study physics to talk to Einstein. And I changed my major subject to physics from engineering. The question is how to talk to Einstein, who was in heaven. He died in 1955. I was going to go to Princeton 3 years later. Okay, but Einstein died, but I still want to talk to Einstein. It's crazy. But I was not the only one who wanted to talk to Einstein after his death. And many young boys want to go to Princeton to study there. Thus, getting accepted to Princeton graduate school was the life or death issue for those ambitious young boys. Why boys? Princeton at that time was a single-gender school, boys only, no girls. On March 12, 1958, I received a letter from Princeton University telling me that I ranked very high among the 15 students accepted for graduate program in physics. And it was the happiest day in my life. Okay. Yeah, this is the first step to my industry. If you ask specifically what is the name of my industry, the name of my industry is Einstein. Okay?
Yeah.
Then,
Dr. Kim, having the longevity in your field and educating so many to date, it's such an accomplishment in itself. But tell us, what do you feel has been the most rewarding aspect of your position?
okay. After my PhD degree from Princeton in 1961, I stayed there for one additional year as a postdoctoral fellow. I then became an assistant professor at the University of Maryland in 1962. I enjoyed my teaching experience and providing services to the university. However, the most rewarding experience was to develop my own research program, which eventually became associated with the name of Einstein. I am claiming these days that I fixed up a soft spot in Einstein's world of physics using the mathematics I learned while in high school in Korea. Where is then the soft spot? Okay. 100 years ago, Niels Bohr was intensely interested in hydrogen atom, leading to the present form of quantum mechanics. Albert Einstein was worrying about how things appear to moving observers. Then Bohr and Einstein met occasionally to discuss physics. Did they then discuss how hydrogen appears to moving observers? If they did, there are no written records to indicate their discussion. I am claiming that I provided the answer to this issue of moving hydrogen atoms, or the moving bound state in Einstein's world. Hydrogen atom is a bound state. It's a bound state of electron and proton. This is a big claim, and this is the reason why you invited me to this program. Before reaching this conclusion, I had to make many small claims in my publications in the professional journals. Whenever I made those claims in my research, I met a stiff resistance from my professional colleagues. Those resistance caused the delays in my promotions and other negative effects on me. Yet, the most rewarding aspect was that I was allowed to advance my own program of research and to say openly I provided a resolution to the Bohr-Einstein issue of the moving hydrogen atom or moving bound state in Einstein's world. Okay?
That is incredible. What an amazing accomplishment and
Okay.
contribution. Throughout your illustrious career, you won numerous awards, honors, featured in magazines, and last year you were on the famous billboard in Times Square. You graced the front cover of Tip magazine. You were also selected to have a chapter dedicated to you in IAOTP's Top 50 Fearless Leaders publication, selected for the Lifetime Achievement Award, and named IAOTP's Top Educator of the Year in Physics. Congratulations. That's so impressive and so deserving. So what would you say has been the highlight of your career or most memorable experience that you've had to date?
Okay, as I said before, I am claiming that I solved the problem which Einstein and Bohr did not recognize. My physics colleagues do not want to accept my claim because they have to place my name between them and Einstein, thus higher than themselves.
Mm.
My colleagues were all high school valedictorians with the Herod complex. Herod complex means that, I am the genius. Who else can be genius, right?
Mm-hmm.
King Herod said that he is the king, and who else could be a king, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I also have a Herod complex, so I cannot blame them. I understand. I am sympathetic to them. In addition to my own Herod complex, I am blessed with another hidden asset. When I was a high school student, I had a shortwave radio listening to the world. While listening to the world, I developed a strong desire to talk to the world. Indeed, internet technology was developed for me. I can talk to the entire world by bypassing my Herod-like colleagues. Mm-hmm. This is indeed my most memorable experience in my life.
Aside from your successful career, you're also a sought-after professor attending conferences internationally, contributor and co-author to numerous books, professional journals and articles. Tell us about that part of your career.
Okay, yes. I enjoy talking with the people, especially from different parts of the world. I learn lessons from them. Since I came from an Oriental country, they ask me whether I'm a Buddhist. However, even though I am not a religious person, I have a strong Christian background, much stronger than those of my American colleagues. This is one of my hidden assets in the competitive academic world. Horace Underwood was the first Presbyterian missionary to Korea from the United States. He came from the First Presbyterian Church at Lafayette Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. He was a founding president of Christian College in Seoul, which eventually became Yonsei University, one of the most prestigious universities in Korea. My grandfather was one of his trusted Korean friends at the village of Seoul, where I spent my first 11 years of my life. Underwood had his seaside summer house near Seoul. My grandfather took care of Underwood's property while he was busy in other places in Korea. With my strong Christian background, I can talk easily with the people around the world, including Europe and Russia. As you know, Russia is a very strong Christian country. Okay.
Well, the work that you do is so fascinating. I'm sure it's a really interesting field to get into. What would be some advice that you would give to someone starting out in the field?
These days, young university professors are under pressure to bring in research funds from the government or other funding agencies. I was also under this pressure. However, I developed my own research program according to what I believe in. There's no money to the university. This caused delays in my promotions. Yet, I am very, very happy with my research result and became important enough for you to approach me. My advice to younger colleagues is to balance the money-making research program with what you really believe in.
When you're not working, do you have any time for hobbies? What do you like to do for fun? And what do you hope to accomplish in the next 5 years?
Okay, yes. It's traveling around the world and talking to young people. I was a professor, and my job was a series of talking to young people, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that I'm an old man. By talking to younger people, I feel that I'm younger.
So what do you hope to accomplish in the next 5 years?
Okay, I'd like to get more recognitions from my own colleagues. My colleagues do not like me because they don't want to place me above them. But on the other hand, if I talk to public, talk to open space like you, then they will eventually have to accept my research results.
Dr. Kim, it was so wonderful to chat to you today, and thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us. And for more information on Dr. Kim, you can visit www.ysfind.com.